Bum 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 bum
What happened?
I went too fast. Welcome to Movie Grits, everybody. It's probably been like 2 whole freaking months. Dude, why isn't Mario there?
Because he didn't exist.
He was created in 2023 by this company.
By this company.
Every Who down in Whoville was a little bit of a dunce, but the Grinch, he pooped himself not twice but once.
Fantastic rhyme.
Dude, I'm the next Dr. Seuss.
I'm the next Doctor Who.
Grinch.
Grinch.
Which Doctor Who is your favorite of all 15 of them?
Guess.
Oh, David Tennant.
Yeah. It's not a hard guess.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Doctor.
That's the mom from Home Alone. That was the joke.
Because
it's Christmas time.
Christmas time. Man, it's December already. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, this year flew by. We should probably talk about, and maybe this isn't the best movie grits to do it, but we should talk about the highlights of 2024 and how much we liked it or didn't like it. I don't know. I got a new job.
That's
Best
good.
paying job I've ever had. I bought a lot of video games with it. That's pretty cool. What else did I do? Me and Derpy hung out a lot more, which has been pretty edifying, but also it means that I've been a little less social IRL.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some,
Yeah. I still try, though. This year, I've actually been able to do a bunch of the projects that are always bouncing around in my head. And so I feel like I have less time to just do things. Tomorrow is the first Wednesday service at church, and I'm going to go. I'm not going to do art. I have my own car. I have clothes. I have no excuses. So I'm going to do it.
Good.
Yeah. All right. 2024 for Aspen. What's the highlights?
Let me think.
Okay.
What happened this year? Oh, I got engaged this year. Yay. That's pretty good.
I clapped.
That's good.
Well, you probably didn't hear it because of Discord.
That's true. And then what else happened? My fiance's appendix exploded, but he survived. Woo! That's good.
I didn't clap for the appendix thing.
Clapped for him surviving.
Okay. Yeah!
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
And then what else happened? I'm just thinking of the highlights here. My grandpa got sick, but he survived. Woo!
Yeah! Cool.
What else happened?
Dude, I had a couple relatives get sick and survive.
That's good. It's always good
to
survive.
Clap?
Oh, yo!
Thank you.
See, I haven't been hearing it, so I forgot.
Well, it's funny because I heard your clap, but you didn't hear mine.
Yeah, I turned down my audio thing on Discord. Anyway, and now I'm not sure if voice memos is recording the correct audio source.
We'll find out later.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later. It's recording audio, it just looks quiet, so whatever.
You can just blast it.
Yeah, it'll sound great. Don't worry about it. But
why does he wear underwear if he's always naked?
because it's funny.
That is so epic.
Oh, it said Mold Spice. That's pretty funny. Oh, it's
okay.
It's because of that.
Interesting. Okay. Were those the highlights? People not dying?
Oh, yeah, and I went on a cruise. That was fun.
Ooh. I know something that happened in 2024 that was a highlight for both of us.
Oh, Fan Expo. That was this year.
It sure was. It was at my current job. I was there only a few months. I was still only a temp. But I asked, "Can I have Friday and Saturday off?" And they were like, "Okay." And I used that to go to Fan Expo. Yep. I met Derpy for the first time. That was a lot of fun.
So did I.
Dude, Derpy's such a character.
Derpy's so funny.
He's such a bro. He's such a homie.
He's so, like, charismatic in a very untraditional way.
He's charismatic and eccentric at the same time.
Yes. To the point where everyone wanted a picture of him.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, I wish, like, there's something about you where you just do stuff that you want to do. I wish I had that.
Yeah, like, he's terrified, but, like, he'll still do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we walked down that scary street, and he let me know he didn't like it, but we still did it. And he was 90% dressed as Gumby the whole time.
Yeah. Gumby.
But yeah, that was fun. Me and him have talked about him coming to my neck of the woods for summer, because I don't want to go back to Dallas.
Yeah,
but
nobody does.
Yeah, ever. I don't really have any reason to. Like, listen, if you want to hang out with me, you're not that much further away from where I live.
It's actually the same distance.
Yeah, exactly. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And we might not have, like, amazing conventions, but you know what we do have is friendship. So
exactly. Content house.
Yeah. Dude, Derpy was more apprehensive about it next time I talked about it with him. Mm-hmm. But if the YouTube stuff takes off, I mean, I talked about it on stream Saturday. I was like, I'll get, like, me and Aspen were already in the game. Derpy, I want to, like, help you get into the game. I want Splat to get in the game because she's, like, making comics for me.
Yeah.
And I even like Lee J. I don't know if you know who Lee J is.
No.
Okay, he's a guy who, like, he's a big, like, Christian VTuber streamer supporter guy. He's real cool, and he's a really good animator. And I was like, Lee J, and he's also a long-time Blue Star Ubu Patreon supporter. Big ups to Lee J. He's one of the real ones.
I'm looking him up on Twitter right now.
Yeah, not only is he cool, but he thinks I'm so cool that I deserve $5 a month. Just a measly $5. Come on, guys.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, and I was like, Lee J, would you want to be part of the game? And he was like, that sounds fun. And I was like, all right, Lee J's in the game too. So, dude, we could have a content house. Dude, they just said Christ our Savior. This is an epic movie. Savior was spelled with a U, though, so that's kind of cringe.
It's a little cringe. But then again,
They're
Benedict
British.
Cumberbatch is
the
Grinch.
He should have turned around with a smile like, now you're speaking my language.
This is actually just an allegory for, like, finding Jesus or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen it's like the knockoff Christian movie version of Finding Nemo, and it's called Finding Jesus?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen anything of it.
I haven't seen it either, but I just think that's a really funny name.
I think that's what we have to watch for next episode.
Okay. Just remind me, because I'll forget.
I will put it in the Movie Grits channel right now.
It doesn't sound like a real movie. It sounds like a comedian joke. Like, Finding Nemo, honey, you need to find Jesus.
Yeah. More like find Jesus, am I right?
But yeah. So 2024 has been dope. 2023 was really good too. That's the thing is a lot of people they complain about like the world, and it's
Yeah.
like that's because you're paying attention to like what is going on for literally everyone. It's like if I judge how my year went based on like everything that happens in the world, then I'll have a really crappy year every year because like people
Exactly.
get human trafficked and stuff. Like
Exactly.
like that unfortunately hasn't stopped. And I live in the same world as that. So like does that mean my 2024 has to be bad? I think it sucks, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want people's takeaway to think that I'm okay with it, that I think it's good, and that's why my 2024 was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, my personal experiences for the year do not coincide with political activity
Yeah.
in other parts of the world or even my own part of the world.
Yeah, because it's just like people and the media love to focus on negative things. Because, like, I'll admit, negative things are usually more
They're more
scandalizing.
attractive
Yeah,
from a content perspective.
exactly. But there's also a handful of amazing good things that happen every single year, and I think that's what everyone should focus on. Because while the bad things do exist, I'm pretty sure the good far outweighs the bad.
Yeah, like I mean, you could have some tragedies happen in your life, but like there's still I'm sure good things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
For
Like,
me,
oh, I was just going to say, because you mentioned 2023. 2023 was, I would say, one of the most mentally challenging years I've had. But at the same time, still a lot of great things happened. And at the end of that, I had 2024 where everything just came together and like everything's good now. So you gotta have the bad to have the good, etc., etc.
So you could say that 2023 you were mentally challenged?
Yeah. Yes.
2023, I was so
No.
ridiculous.
Exactly. That would be so funny. Movie Grits title. No, I'm kidding. How to Get Canceled 101.
It just says, I am so...
Yeah.
Man, that is a funny word, though. But it's like funny in like a high school frat boy kind of way.
And it does have like a legitimate meaning. Like,
And an oomph. It's
yeah,
got an oomph. Like,
it does.
what would you rather call someone, a doo-doo or a moron?
Mm-hmm.
That word's got the moron oomph,
The moron oomph, yeah. I don't know. I
For a
think
reason, though.
I've heard that, like, the next generation, Gen Alpha or whatever, they're so apathetic and they don't care because they're being raised by people that are like, oh, you can't say that, you can't do that,
Yeah.
That they just don't care. They'll say...
Yeah, the pendulum will continue to swing.
Yeah, they'll say the R word, hard R, and it's just so funny.
As opposed to what?
I don't know. Sugarcoating it?
Okay. Normally that goes for something else. I think I rubbed off on you because I make that joke a lot where I use that phrase for things where it doesn't apply.
It's really funny.
It is. Like the Gravity Rush video that everyone listening should watch.
Exactly. Watch it now or else.
Yeah, leave this channel, go to that one, watch it, laugh, like, comment, subscribe. Then come back, finish this, like, comment, subscribe.
Live, laugh, love. Yeah.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. I don't have anything else to add to that. What was I going to say? I of course, I think there's a happy medium between, like, word policing and we should say everything because I'm tired of word policing. I think there's a reason that, like, excuse me.
Yes.
I think that, we should still be nice to one another, but, like, it shouldn't be, like, mandatory to be nice. We it's just, like, if it's a good thing to, like, want to speak to people like they aren't, all just, like,
children.
Uncensored sailors or children, yeah.
Yeah.
It, there, like I said, there's a happy medium, but there are some words they just have an oomph, and it's funny.
And they're not like a racial slur, so you can say it, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Also, like you said, I know I'm mostly focusing on comedy, but that's just because I like to laugh. There is like an actual use for that word, but we've also spent a lot of time talking about it. Let's think about something else.
Yeah, because I will say over Thanksgiving, I said the word fatty. Fatty.
No, I know what that word is.
And
I say it a lot because I am fat.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I am fatty.
But I said like fatty like talking to someone else, and my sister is like, you can't say that. And I'm like, why? Who am I offending? There's no one here.
Do you think I'm calling you that? Do you think I'm
the person I was talking to wasn't even fat. That's what made it funny.
Yeah, like I had a friend once, I talked to him about, I was like, yeah, I want to lose some weight. And he was like, well, you don't need to. If you like the way you are, it's fine. And I was like, I don't. I want to be better. Exactly. He was like, but you don't have to do that. You're perfect the way you are, man. I was just like, no. I'm overweight.
Yeah. It's like, it's okay to realize that I have problems that I need to work on.
Yeah, I was like, that's a nice sentiment, but my ankles carrying around all this, extra weight all day would beg to differ.
Yeah, and it's like people are so worried about you hurting your own feelings. It's like, no, it's okay. I should be allowed to talk about myself. At least, if you're obviously not like beating yourself up, but
yeah, like I'm not like, I'm such a slobbering, sweaty pile of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think I have worth, but I understand that I could be smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be so cool if I was. It's just hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fatty like so much of my life.
Yeah.
He says as he crunches on popcorn.
Yeah, I was like, what you eating over there?
Mayonnaise.
Ew, why is it crunchy?
I left it out too long.
They kept the shells in it.
It's like it ferments when you leave it out.
Oh no.
Like wine. Like a fine wine.
That sounds disgusting.
What? Fermented mayonnaise?
Yeah, fermented, actually, you get the good bacteria, and that helps you poop.
Oh, I don't need any help with that.
That's why you had your gallbladder removed, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I had it removed because I had too many gallstones, but now that I have had it removed, So, the gallbladder serves a function.
Yes.
I'm guessing you know what it is.
Well, it creates bile, right?
Yeah, somehow it helps filter like the oils and the fats that go through your body.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it had to work overtime for me, which is where the gallstones came from.
Yeah.
So, there's once it's just full of gallstones, there's really nothing you can do except take it out or just like put up with the dull pain in your right side for the rest of your life. Truth be told, I didn't even feel it. They just, I guess, wanted a reason to take money from me. So they were like, you got some gallstones, we're going to take it out. And I was just like, I went to the doctor for acid reflux. And they were like, you've got a lot of gallstones. You want to take it out? And I was just like, will that help with the acid reflux? And they were like, probably.
They didn't even know.
Spoilers, it didn't. The worst GERD attack I had was 3 months after I had my gallbladder taken out. Yeah, so when you have it taken out, you no longer have a part of your body to help filter the fats and the oils.
Yeah.
I thought that said Eric Cartman. I was like, I didn't know he like wrote a full song and that the Grinch was gonna reference it in a kids movie.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, now that things just kind of slip and slide through, uninhibited through my body, it's, I got to go to the bathroom pretty frequently and very quickly after I eat certain foods. Fun.
Yeah. Enter Little Caesars reference.
Yes. You know, there are some things, it's funny because, like, some things only affect me at certain points of the day, and some things you think would affect me don't.
Mm-hmm.
Little Caesars, if, like, I ate it for breakfast, it probably would. I would say it was like a 75% chance, and the reason I attribute, like, a percentage is because some days I might just be, my body's just like, don't worry, boss, we got this. But other days it's like, no, you're going to the bathroom. But anyway, that's been a lot of fun to revisit the gallbladder moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we first became friends, right? On the anniversary.
Yeah, because you had your gallbladder removed as well.
Correct. No, I didn't.
Yeah, we were getting surgery done side by side.
No, that's what the stream was, though, right?
No,
it was like close after.
I think the first collab we did, I think it was just a standalone. It might have been it was it was the nostalgia month that I was doing. And I was like, I've got a Pokemon game on the GameCube and I got a Mario game on the GameCube, and they're both RPGs. Which is more nostalgic for you? And you were like, neither. Pick one.
Yes,
and I was
correct.
like, whoa, what? I couldn't comprehend.
Yes.
It's like, how do you not have nostalgia for Mario, one of the most iconic characters in all of gaming, and one of the most iconic characters in modern culture, and Pokemon, one of the... It exists.
Yes.
I mean, you know, it is Pokemon, but it's not good.
Did you hear, side note, about how Pokemon Go was, like, revealed to, be tracking everyone's movement to make, like, an app?
Was the app called Pokemon Go?
No, like, they used Pokemon Go to, like, map cities based on people's movements so that they could make this, like, what's the word?
Political.
Geopolitical, no. Just like this map app that you have to pay for that's like highly detailed but like super accurate because they were like basically following people as they played Pokemon Go.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like it has been in their terms of service this entire time.
Yeah, I'm not like, appalled. Like, what? They used the information they gathered from a worldwide, like, GPS game to make a GPS question mark?
It's just funny. Yeah, GPS, that's what I was thinking of. But it's just funny because, like, whenever they would need a area to be traveled, they would just put, like, a Pokemon gym there to get people to go there.
Yeah, that's why there was, like, I mean, when Pokemon Go was big, I didn't have a car or a license. So I was just like, what Pokestops are there in my area? There was one in the whole neighborhood. There was like one, there's like a church at the entrance of the neighborhood, and I just walk to the parking lot awkwardly, get like 2 Pokeballs, and then go back home.
Yeah.
And it was like a 15-minute walk just to do that.
Well, they got your data. They know where you live.
Dang it.
I know.
I wouldn't have suspected that. Yeah. I mean, whenever it came out, I remember there were people I'm Facebook, well, I was Facebook friends with. I deleted the Facebook. And they were like, y'all be careful of with this Pokemon app, you don't know who's making it. It might be made by our political enemies. And I was like, well, it's Pokemon, which means it's Japanese. America is like Japan's greatest ally. I don't think Pokemon is in the market. And also Niantic, which are the people who help the Pokemon company make Pokemon Go, are an American company. So I don't think anyone is plotting to like undermine the security of America here.
Yeah,
Also, it's a worldwide app.
Meanwhile, TikTok is like run by China, and everyone's like, no, you can't take TikTok away.
Yeah, I mean, maybe TikTok should go, but like, because there's reason for it, I suppose. But with Pokemon Go, it's like, nah, this is just the whole Pokemon panic thing from the 90s again, except instead of saying it's demonic, you're saying it's going to, like, I don't know, compromise American security or something.
Yeah, it's gonna help guided missiles, find where you live or whatever.
And like I said, it's not just a map of America, it's a worldwide thing, you know? Like, I was going to make a joke, is Pokemon going to take over the world? But they already kind of have, depending on where you go.
Yeah.
The Western world, at least. I don't know how many, like, third world country people or, like, communists were, like, walking around like, oh, I love Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't really see it being big in places like North Korea.
Dude, that would have sucked so hard if like there were a couple of Pokemon that only show up in certain like regions of the world. Yeah. Imagine if one of like you can only get Mr. Mime if you go to North Korea. You have to like risk your life to get Mr. Mime.
They need that data though. They need to know.
Everyone needs to go there so Pokemon can know and put it in the GPS.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
That would have
It would have been funny if it was Mr. Mime, like of all of them. I would have been sad, because I like Mr. Mime, but I think most people would have been like, I can live without him. Did you say who's Mr. Mime?
I said it's just Mr. Mime.
Oh, who's Mr. Mime? Yeah, it's just Mr. Mime.
Here's an orphan.
SMH. I can't believe he's having a realistic panic attack.
Oh no, he's having a trauma.
I'm having a trauma.
He's having an emotional flashback. Why did they make this movie?
Because it was safe and they knew they could market the Grinch because he is a marketable character, and Illumination loves both of those things.
But it's like the original is so good.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
People said the same thing whenever the Jim Carrey one came out. Why do we need the Jim Carrey one? We have the Your Bird one, Mr. Grinch one. And I'm sure when that one came out, there were people who were like, why do we need a cartoon? We have the book.
Well, it's also sounding like this month is going to be Grinch month. We got to watch all of them. We
could. I think we would have to like watch. We would have to break up the order, like the schedule. It would, maybe
all out of order.
Well, I was going to say yes, that, because we're watching the most recent one right now. I was going to say instead of every other week, we might have to do like back to back to back weeks. Yeah. Because there's 3 and there's not 6 weeks in December.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. That's a lot of watching 3 movies.
I can't do it anymore. I gotta edit videos for this chimp on YouTube now.
That's true. Okay, fine. My channel's more important than this one.
Correct.
Unless you don't feel the same way, then I'll keep my opinions to myself.
No, not to roast Movie Grits and whoever runs Movie Grits, but like Blue Star Ubu's channel is getting more views.
It is. That is objectively true. Yeah. I think it might have something to do with like the more consistent schedule.
And it's like a video content, not an hour long of 2 random weirdos talking on the internet.
True. Yeah, instead it's one weirdo talking to himself.
Yeah, which is so strange. Why would they post that?
I don't know. I guess at least a few hundred people like it though.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed one day it becomes like a few thousand, maybe like a few million.
That would be
maybe
epic.
A few billion. Maybe we'll be the first channel to crack 1 trillion subscribers.
So many bots.
So little time. Ew.
That
Did you
was
ever
not good.
see the meme where he's blue and it says like that face when you have knee surgery tomorrow or something like that?
No, that sounds ridiculous.
It's really dumb. It's just like an old internet image macro with a blue Grinch. There's the other one where it's normal Grinch and he's just green and it says like that face when the guac is extra or whatever.
Just doesn't make any sense at all.
It's just so dumb. Just like the memes of the, you know, like the movie, they're the brands trying to be relatable.
Yeah.
The funny ones, really funny, are when Nintendo tried to make memes like that because they all were catering to wow, my sentence. They were all catering to like second graders. It'd be like the caption would be like that face when you get 15 minutes extra for recess, and it'd be like Bowser, you know, being happy in like a Mario soccer game. And it's like, I can't relate to that. I haven't had recess in like,
I know, it's so cringe.
I don't even know.
When corporations try and do that.
It is. It's like, it's a bit of an existential moment when Nintendo markets to people like that, because it's like, am I not the demographic?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Listen, just because they're games made for kids, you know, kind of funny that's the way it is. First of all, they only did that with Mario Strikers Battle League, which is not a game I was interested in or played. Second of all, I don't know, they're outpacing people who, you know, are all pretentious and artsy and for adults, quote unquote. So, just saying.
My question is,
Okay.
side note, actually paying attention to the movie for a second.
Okay.
At least in the original,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting on the ground. At least in the original, the Grinch stole Christmas, right? Oh no, I'm stupid. I figured it out. Because I was like,
Okay.
I thought for a second that the Grinch was giving everyone presents, but then I realized he was stealing them, and I was going to ask, did Santa not actually exist? But now I realize that Santa did exist, and Grinch stole all the presents.
I mean, I think it's in the book. I don't know if like Santa's straight up in it. I don't remember, but it's obviously implied because of the, you know, and with this, you know, jacket and this hat, I'll be just like Saint Nick. So it's like, well, obviously Santa exists in this world to some degree. In the movie, like in the Jim Carrey movie, yeah, you see Santa because like he's waiting for Santa to leave after he's delivered all the presents so that he can come come from behind him and steal everything.
Yeah, that's the part I forgot because I didn't think about it for 2 seconds before speaking.
Yeah, he's not Ebenezer Scrooge where he's like, I have the spirit of Christmas now, so I'm going to give you presents. He's just like, you know what? I'm not going to throw these over the mountain. I'm just going to give them back and say sorry.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, eat Christmas dinner with you.
Yep. And say fa-hoo-rah, or whatever the song is.
Fa-hoo-ray-moo. That's
Yeah.
how he does it, and it's really funny because it's Jim Carrey, and he says funny words.
And now he's Eggman.
Yeah, he is Eggman. He's also, Gerald.
Hmm.
That's the other Eggman in the new movie.
His name's Gerald? Oh,
Gerald,
like his dad.
Yeah. Gerald Robotnik.
His father.
Fun fact.
Mm.
Because I gotta be a know-it-all.
Yeah.
In the games, Gerald isn't his father, it's his grandfather.
How dare they?
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm sure there's someone out there who does, though.
Yeah.
Probably a few someones. You know, it's Sonic we're talking about.
Sonic.
People get so worked up about Sonic for the silliest thing. And it's like, how do y'all get worked up about the color of Sonic's arms, but not how the games aren't great? Boom.
You gotta pick your battles.
I heard the newest one's actually really good.
Movie?
No, the movies are fine.
The
games. The games. The cream of the crop. The thing everyone comes for, unless you're a real big Sonic nerd, then it's like the shows, the movies, the games, the comics.
All of it.
The toys, No, the games. The games are like, kind of hit and miss and all that. But no, the newest one that came out this year. It's a remake of a Sonic game or not really a remake, more like a port, I guess, of a Sonic game that everyone more or less agreed was good, but they tacked on like a new game to the side where you play as Shadow.
Yeah.
And it's good from what I've seen and heard, and not just because it's Shadow. It's not like dude, I get to be Shadow, he's so much cooler than Sonic. It's like, this is good. Which is cool. It's always nice.
Good.
You love to see it.
Better than being bad.
It is.
Imagine that.
I mean, and Sonic has gotten bad. Like, not recently, I'm just saying in the history of existing. Even, like, recently they did. Whenever they ported Sonic Colors to the Switch, that was a Wii game that, to my understanding, people agree is good.
Yeah.
It's, like, seizure-inducing on the Switch. Like, it's not even just, like, it's like all you had to do was take a Wii game and put it on the Switch. How did you screw it up this badly? Like, people with epilepsy can't play it because it's like glitching
so bad
24/7 at you. That being said, I do want to get it eventually. That'd be funny.
I am going
funny
to
for the channel. Yeah, I gotta play it for the channel. Put an epilepsy warning at the beginning. Don't download the patch that makes it playable. That's
actually download the mod that makes it much worse.
Yeah, the supersonic epilepsy mod.
Yeah, like, this will give you epilepsy even if you don't have it. That's how bad it
is. Robotnik's mean green epilepsy machine.
He would do that.
He would, and he would laugh. I probably would too. No, I wouldn't. That's me. I would laugh because he's laughing and he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, come on, man, give him like some epilepsy medicine. I don't know how you treat it. What's another bad Sonic game? Forces. Sonic Forces, they had big visions of grandeur, and then we're just like, oh, never mind, we're not going to do any of that. Part of the story is that like a bunch of major villains from throughout Sonic's history team up with Eggman, and Eggman takes over the world. And a lot of people are excited because one character named Chaos came back. And, you fight the other three. You fight the Red Demon Man from Sonic Lost World. You fight Shadow. You fight Metal Sonic.
Yeah.
You don't fight Chaos at any point. He's just in the cutscenes. So there was no reason to bring him back. It wasn't like you have to defeat these 4 bosses before you can get to Eggman. It was just they thought it would be cool if Chaos was back for 5 seconds.
I mean, sure, but like lame.
They also brought so I mentioned Generations earlier, and the big thing about that game was it's modern Sonic and classic Sonic team up. So you have like a mix of 2D levels and 3D levels. It made sense in that game because it's like the space-time continuums being messed with and stuff. So like, the little pudgy cartoon Sonic has to team up with like the angsty 90s long leg radical Sonic that we all know. But in Forces, it doesn't make any sense, but they decided, hey, people liked Generations. I don't know why. Maybe it was a good game. Maybe they just really like classic Sonic. I don't know. Let's bring classic Sonic back and not make a good game,
Yeah.
So in the middle of like this weird like resistance against Eggman taking over the world, just like classic Sonic Sonic shows up, and Tails is like, "Where'd you come from?" And classic Sonic doesn't talk, so you never find out. He's just there now. Like, they had ideas. They wanted to cook. They were not allowed to. It was like one of those Food Network shows where they're like, you have to make a tres leches cake in 30 minutes. And they didn't succeed.
Tragic. Like the E.T. game that almost destroyed video gaming.
Yeah. I want to play that. Not for like maybe for like a grab bag video.
No, that's gotta be its own. I played
I don't even know
the E.T. game.
I don't even know how you do that for like a full hour.
You just rage because apparently it's just so bad.
Have you seen like the gameplay for that game?
It's just like you jump and then you go across the screen and then jump
it goes,
again.
And then you go in a hole and it goes pew, and then sometimes E.T.'s neck extends. Like, that's the whole game.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess I could like just kind of recite the spark notes of the E.T. movie while I'm playing it.
Yeah, and you try and find those levels in the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where's the scene where E.T. is in like the bubble and he's dying and people are operating on him?
Yeah.
And then his neck goes back down and I go, there it is. That's a funny bit. I'll write that down.
Yeah,
I don't know what else you could do with it.
Just keep saying that over and over again. It can be like a 5-minute video.
Yeah, that could just be a YouTube short. I really think like for like a compilation of multiple games that would be a great place to put it. Just be like, let's play the game that like the granddaddy of games, and then it's E.T. and it's like, never mind. And then we go on to the next one. Hey, you want to know who saved the industry after Atari almost destroyed it?
Who?
I think you know.
Pokemon.
No.
Mario.
Think bigger, but you're not entirely wrong.
Bigger than Mario?
I mean, like, who owns Mario? Who makes Mario?
Yes.
That guy having the spiky cone beard hair combo is kind of bad optics. I wish they'd show him again.
That was the Grinch almost realizing that family is good, but then rejecting it.
Yeah, he said, wait a second, that almost looks like a Klansman. Maybe they deserve to have their presents stolen.
No.
Yeah, and then the universe got their comeuppance.
Oh, it's not cheese, it's squid.
Squid!
He's trying to sit on me. You want to watch the Grinch? I'm
guessing from the name that Squid is the black one.
Yes, he's the black cat.
Okay, so speaking of black cats, the other day, I think it was yesterday, Gigi.
Yes.
Whenever my stepdad got home from work, Gigi heard something in the driveway, and there's like this little wall. It's like you can be standing there and you can see the living room from the other side of this wall. Like it's just one of those like divider things.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi was standing in the kitchen, and she like leapt above the wall, but like put her paw on it to kind of like stabilize herself and like look through the window, and then just like fell back down.
Oh.
It wasn't like she wanted to jump over the wall to get a good view. She just like hopped up to look out the window for a second and then fall back down.
Oh.
It was funny.
Cats are so silly.
Yeah, Gigi's pretty silly. Funnily enough, even though she's like the least moody of the cats, she's the one who's done the most damage to me.
She does not like you.
I mean, there are definitely people in the house she likes more, but she and I were playing. Whenever she's up on the parent's bed, if you put your hand under the blanket, she'll like try to attack it and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes she goes under the blanket, tries to get it there, She got it. She got my finger. There was like a legitimate chasm in my yeah, she got it.
A chasm.
Yeah, there was like a little blood chasm in my like left index finger. It's still healing. Like it's mostly gone, but you can feel like where it used to be, that scab.
Cats are evil, but also
where
so
Splat,
cute.
Kiki, Aspen, Blue Star Ubu used to be. Dude, that's why it's called scab, because there's a chasm where that little troop used to be.
Yep, that's where we belong.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll watch another dinosaur movie. I don't know.
Maybe. This reindeer almost looks like a dinosaur.
Are there any dinosaurs in like the Jim Carrey Grinch? Because we could invite Splat and Kiki on. I mean, there aren't dinosaurs.
You could say that the
Willy
Grinch
Wonka.
is a dinosaur.
He is. He's a weird green creature.
He's a dinosaur
fell from the sky like a pterodactyl.
That could be pretty funny. And then Splat could probably talk about the religious connections between the Grinch movie.
Dude, she could talk about any number of things. We all know is possible.
I just remember she did that one time during, I forget which one, but she was talking about something, like really going in on it. And back then,
I think I know exactly the moment you're thinking of. Abortion during Willy Wonka.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I guess I must have like trauma blocked it out, but I knew it was something.
You're the one who trauma blocked it, and it was on my channel.
I think it was mostly just like I didn't know what to say because it was on your channel and I didn't want to say anything. Oh, Splat.
Yeah. Splat's a national treasure. And it's like, I don't even necessarily disagree with what you're saying, but like, why are we talking about it?
During Willy Wonka?
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember that topic coming up. I don't remember why.
It's just top of mind,
Yeah, I mean, I've streamed enough with Splat to know there's like, it's a dice roll whether or not she's just going to bring up a subject like that. You don't know if she's like, let's do something silly, like look into joining clown school, or if it's going to be like, let's talk about the deep political issues that divide the country.
Yeah.
You're just like, Splat, I'm playing Pokemon right now. I don't know if this is the best time to do that.
It's so good. Bridging the gaps.
Yeah, I did talk to her about that, like, this year at some point. I think me, her, and Game Grotto are in a VC, and I reminded her of that moment. You could tell. She was, like, embarrassed, but she thought it was funny.
Yeah, retrospectively, it's hilarious. Like,
it's really funny.
It's like, it's either that or John Denver dying in a plane crash during our Willy Wonka Choose Your Own Adventure. Do you remember that?
John Denver dying in a plane crash.
Yeah, you don't remember that from the Choose Your Own Adventure stream?
I mean, I've done a few of those, a few of the Choose Your Own Adventures.
I think it was the scab one, and we were going through Willy Wonka's factory, and one of the rooms, John Denver was flying a plane and crashed and died. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I feel like there might have been like one of those that like Splat did on her channel, and the reason it was on hers was because I couldn't do it or something.
Yeah.
Because like the scab Choose Your Own Adventure, that was like the gallbladder one on my channel that Abby put together for us, and I derailed by like ripping the request on the bulletin board in half.
Yes. We were very good at D&D.
Yeah. We were fine. I want to do something like that again. I don't really have like a follow-up to that.
I just remember my character was like a hobo for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And the way
A
Abby
hobo that-
introduced my character, she was like, "Oh, and who's that? The local homeless."
Perfect.
Oh, Abby.
Yeah, you were homeless. I was
Whoa!
nasty. I was
Okay.
nasty. No, I mean I was nasty because I was the Hot Topic employee who took like
Yes.
anime and stuff too seriously.
You were Dark Ubu.
I don't remember. I think it was Blue Scar Ubu.
Blue Scar
There's
Ubu.
a difference. Yeah, Dark Ubu is the dude. I used to. The intro video on my Twitch channel used to be Dark Ubu. No, there isn't really a difference. It's just like visual.
Yeah.
One is literally just. I just remember that video that I made where at the end it plays crawling in my skin. And it's that old Ubu model with like the weird skinny legs.
Oh yeah, and it's
And
like
he's
shiny.
he's got the Sephiroth one wing. And he's
Yeah.
got damaged written on his forehead like the Joker.
Wasn't that your Twitch intro video?
Yes.
So good. How could you not subscribe?
I mean, the one I have now is a commercial I made for Very Cherry's Twitch channel. She wanted me to make an ad for like a fake app. And I
Yeah.
was like, this video is so funny and people like remember it from her stream. I might as well make it the intro.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I still have the Dark Ubu video. You reminded me of it. It might be gone forever.
No, it was a treasure.
I mean, it might be buried on my YouTube channel. I don't know, but it might not be. Well, I'll remind me after the
The
not
stream, yeah.
You know, my
Mhm.
brain it gets stuck in that mode. These look like characters from Dooble.
Why do they have like mustache hair?
I guess because they didn't feel like designing better hair for these characters.
Oh, Squid. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's Squid's fault.
yeah, no, he's just like, he wants me to pet him, so he's like nibbling on the inside of my wrist, and it feels really gross.
I gotcha.
Because that's like
Well,
a
pet him, I
tender
guess.
area.
He knows how to get your attention.
He does, and he's getting all the pets. He's so funny, because like, he won't like lay on top of you,
Mm-hmm.
but he'll be like half on, half off. He'll always put his front feet on, but never his butt. Like, he's like, I'll snuggle with you, but like, I don't want to touch all of you. He's so weird. So he's like planking. He's like half standing, half relaxing, licking my hands. Like, am I having a good time? I don't know.
Half relaxing, half not having a good time.
Yeah. He's so sweet, though. He's so cute.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. He's been in the
Yeah.
sun too much. He's turning orange.
What the heck?
He's bleaching.
He's leaking.
No, it's called rusting when black cats turn orange.
Oh, okay.
He's getting rusty.
Gigi has like one strand of white hair on her head.
Just one.
It's odd, but she's not rusting.
Mm.
We thought she got out like sometime last week, I think it was, but she just got stuck in the garage.
Oh no.
And she's really quiet, so it was kind of hard for mom to find her. I was
Yeah.
at work. I couldn't do anything. I was just like,
Yeah.
well, cats are a little more directionally like good than compared to dogs.
Yeah.
So maybe if she's outside, maybe she'll come back. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put air tags on Squid and his brother because they would always jump out of the backyard, but
Mhm.
they never went far enough for it to like pick up that they were like gone.
Mhm.
So I was like, what is the point of this?
Yeah. What you need to do is get those electric collars.
Mm.
Just kidding.
The electric ones that zap.
Yeah, if you leave a certain perimeter, it zaps them.
I feel like they would flip out, they would
They would.
jump, over the fence and just keep getting zapped. And then, like, they
develop an immunity to it.
Yeah, because you know how dumb cats are when they freak out.
Yes.
Like, all bets are off. They're just climbing up the walls and screaming and stupid, you know.
It is funny how they have the reputation for being the smarter between them and dogs, but really,
absolutely not.
They are not smarter, they're just more confident.
That is so true. They are so confident. And then the second they get scared, they are out.
Honestly, I might say dogs are smarter. I think the reason I say that is because they understand that maybe I should depend on you, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas cats are like, I don't need you. I know you supply my food and water and place to poop and shelter, but I don't need you.
Yeah.
And then that's when they do something dumb.
And then you let them outside at night because they want to go outside so bad. And then it's really cold. And then they're like, help me. It's like, this is what you wanted.
Yeah, it do be like that. Yeah, when I get my own place, if I get a pet, it'll probably be a dog.
That's fair. But if you do want a cat, I have 4 of them.
That's all right.
There's extra.
I mean, my parents have extra. I don't need.
Might I
There's
suggest
7 cats to choose from.
Cheese.
I mean, between my parents and y'all.
Yeah, mine are better.
Don't say that. Chalupa's pretty dope.
Well, it's kind of funny that all of our cats, except one of my cats, are named after food.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, Lulu's more named after her brand, but Lemon is a part of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I forgot for a second that Gigi's real name is Gordita, and we just call her Gigi because I guess it's cuter.
Yeah. Instead of Gorgor.
Or just Gordita. I call her Chalupa. Like, why can't I call Gigi Gordita?
Oh, you could call her Dee Dee. I know she already has a nickname.
Dee Dee! Get out of my house, Dee!
So funny.
Go into the garage!
It's funny, you have 3 girl cats. What's that like?
Fine, I guess. They mostly just lay around. There are some dynamics, though. Gigi's really chill. She doesn't really have any beef with anyone. Yeah. But she and Lulu will, like, play fight a lot. And that's usually when you hear Gigi make funny little sounds.
Yeah.
Chalupa and Lulu have, like, some rivalry issues. Yeah, because Chalupa's like, I'm the OG, I'm the biggest one. You know, I'm the top dog, the top cat. And Lulu was like, well, I have a bigger personality, so I'm the top cat. Mm-hmm. And so they'll just like duel to the death sometimes.
They die every day.
Yeah, and when you know, Chalupa will win, you know, a good bit of those, with being bigger and older and all that. Lulu will put up a fight, but then she'll just, like, roll over.
Oh, and yeah,
it's like,
the
come
submission.
On, you should keep going. Like, yeah, it's like, you were doing so well, you know? Grow a pair, Lulu. But, Gigi's so chill that, like, when Chalupa wants to feel powerful, she'll just kind of like terrorize Gigi for a little bit, and Gigi just kind of lets it happen and then just like walks off. So those are the dynamics. We have the power-hungry fool and the power-hungry rebel and the goofball who sometimes gets bullied by the power-hungry fool and who will have little child play dates with the other one.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are the dynamics of having female cats. I've never had a male cat, so.
Because they don't exist.
Oh my god.
No, I was just curious because we have Beans. She's obviously the oldest and the queen of the house. Mm-hmm. And then 3 boys. And they all don't care. They get along. They sleep with each other. They cuddle. They're super cute. And then Beans is just grumpy and grouchy and hates all of them. Like, she doesn't go after them and attack them, but if they get too close, she'll hiss at them and smack them in the head. I'm like, girl, does anything bring you joy? So I didn't know if it was a female cat thing or just a Beans thing.
I think that, yeah, that tends to be a thing, because, like, maybe with animals in general, is, like, you would think the males would be more aggressive, but I know, the reason I say maybe with animals in general, I could be wrong, but I know with parakeets, it's similar, where male parakeets, they don't really feel the need to, like, have rivalries or anything.
Yeah.
They're just kind of chilling. It's when you have more than one female that things get wild and wacky, because they're trying to prove who's the top dog, whereas the males are just like, we don't care. We just want to do little sounds all day and, goof off.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a boy mom. What of it?
Yeah, me too, but I'm a boy dad.
I'm a boy dad.
Me and my grandpa Joe. Now, he throws some fits, but I think that's because he's got, like, something lodged in his brain or something. I don't know.
Something wrong with him.
He's weird. Like, I wonder, like, if he's got some sort of neurological thing where he's just, like bird Tourette's or something. Because he'll be, like, so sweet and happy to see you, and then he just gets so mad. It's like, what the heck did I do? I'm literally sitting here, you spaz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the
Poor
only
guy.
reason he's been quiet this whole time is because the lights are off. So he thinks it's night time, which we're pretty close to night time.
Yeah. Poor grandpa. He's senile.
Yeah. He's been senile for as long as I've had him. I mean, it started, like, immediately. Whenever we got him at the pet store, they warned me. They were like, he's a biter. And I was like, well, he still deserves a home.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, yeah, but he's one of those gray birds with the orange cheeks, and that's cool. I was, like, willing to put up with it at the time because, he was like I wanted the gray one with the yellow face and the orange cheeks, and the only one they had like that was Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't regret it, but I get why they were warning me, because he's a biter means he fights with everything. He'll be happy as a clam for 2 seconds and immediately just want to rip something. And I mean, I've tried to put toys in his cage. I've tried to do all sorts of stuff, give him, like, interesting food and stuff. And he's just like, he doesn't want anything to do with any of it. Like, he never, like, played with toys or anything. He just get mad at them. And then, like you could tell it was like a get out of my territory thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to play with this little basketball hoop. I want to have a cage all to myself. So I was like, I had to do that. It's just like, okay, you live in a box now. What kind of existence is this that you want? But it seems that's when he's happiest,
Oh, Grandpa. Like,
he's
real
weird.
Grandpa Joe. Just stays in his bed.
Yeah, I need to bring home the Willy Wonka ticket, and he'll be like, you know what? I'm happy now.
Yippee!
I was just waiting for you to, possibly get a lifetime supply of chocolate.
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe one day. Did you know that they had golden tickets back in the day?
Like, when Wonka candy was coming out?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't quite the same thing. Like, you could go to, like, the Nestle factory or something, but...
Yeah, they already have enough child labor.
Yeah, we're inviting 6 children to our totally legitly run chocolate factory. Don't bring your parents. It's not like the movie.
Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah, have you ever seen a Chinese sweatshop, children? No, it was like, so they had the Wonka bars, the scrumdiddlyumptious bars that they had. They were like, they had the logo from the movies and everything. I really hated it. They only sold them at my Toys R Us, and someone would go to that Toys R Us and like karate chop each one till it was like broken in half. I don't know what they had against Wonka, but like all I could imagine was some like stupid middle schooler just like, oh, look at this, guys. Just breaks a chocolate bar.
Oh man.
But on the back it would advertise that like if you get a golden ticket, then you can go to like one of these locations and like on the other side of the world. So maybe it was a sweatshop.
Yeah.
No, it was like you could go to like the plains of Africa or the something or some resort in a resort country or like all this stuff. And I was just kind of like, I was in the middle of my weeb phase, so I was like, well, none of these are Japan, so I don't really care.
Wow.
Yeah. I bought the chocolate anyway. It was fine. It was a good chocolate.
The karate chopped chocolate.
I would try to find the special bars that survived.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were not to be found. And then I'd just be like, you know what? It's chocolate. It's just cut in half.
That's fair, yeah.
I want the satisfaction of snapping it, but it's mostly the taste that I'm paying for. But yeah, the chocolate was fine, but I wasn't very interested in what they had to offer. It wasn't like, also the chocolate wasn't Willy Wonka chocolate. Obviously it's not a magical drug.
Johnny Depp didn't make that chocolate.
Or Dune boy.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Dune being Willy Wonka.
Yeah. And he's coming back for a sequel where he learns how to Wonka bend.
No, he learns the other elements.
That way he can finally fight his greatest foe, the unknown.
They better write the unknown. Come on, like it's
dude,
so
that's
easy.
such a metal concept. It has no place in the world of Willy Wonka.
It's so funny. The unknown. Like, what were they thinking?
I think the question should be, what was the AI thinking?
It's so funny
when it wrote the script,
and they went along with it.
It is the unknown. It's like
the most
creepy
terrifying
thing.
So funny.
It's really good. I wish people didn't drop that so quickly. Like, that was hilarious. The freaking unknown. That's the name you give like a final boss in a JRPG, not a rival chocolate maker who lives in the walls. Like this, the people who have the role that the unknown has, they're named like Slugworth and stuff like that, and then you just have the unknown.
No, it's literally like something they would name a creature that is like a
just
life force
Eldritch.
that exists, in the universe. It's like an elder god that consumes all knowledge.
It's like if the rivalry between Mr. Krabs and Plankton, but now Plankton is Lovecraftian.
Oh, wow.
If Cthulhu was making Krabby Patties, that's the unknown.
I'm Cthulhu and I make Krabby Patties.
And he lives in the walls for some reason.
Oh, see, they definitely have to write it in now.
That would be so funny if they were like, we need to make a sequel because it did okay enough, but we don't have any ideas. And then they look up that video and they're like, no one copyrighted the unknown. So we will. How do you copyright the unknown? That sounds like a philosophical question. How do you copyright the unknown?
The concept of the unknown.
How can you have a trademark for what is not known?
I mean, ask the React brothers. They seem to try and copyright a concept.
I guess so. But we know what reacting is.
No, they tried to copyright it.
Yeah, this is beyond that.
This
like,
is much
sure,
worse.
it's dumb they tried to copyright it, but we know what reactions are.
Yeah,
what is the unknown? That
literally,
you could
the
try
very
to
nature of unknown is not known.
That's like the next book you should write should be called Trademarking the Unknowable.
Yes, and it'll be the search for the unknown.
It'll be a psychological horror.
Honestly, sounds like it already.
Where a trademark, a guy who works at like the copyright office, I don't know, goes on some sort of quest, and at the end his brain is just like shattered.
Mm-hmm. He comes out all like messed up, like, I've seen the unknown.
Yeah, he's like, I know how to copyright it. But his eyes are like filled with like, I don't know, some sort of images that like make him look crazy.
Yeah, and he's like
he's blind now.
It's like, I will not tell you because it will mean the undoing of everything we know.
Yeah, he's like, I know. And they're like, how? What do you mean? And then he just like snaps his own neck, and that's when the book ends.
I mean, that's kind of deep though, because like he figured out what the unknown is, but if he's to tell everyone what the unknown is, then everything they know will be destroyed. Literally.
That's how that kind of stuff works. It's like your brain's not supposed to process this sort of Lovecraftian terror, so you know. It's like having a drink that is eternally overflowing and trying to like fill up other little tiny baby cups with it.
Yeah.
You know, it'll just like deluge everything in a flood, so you have to like cut it at the source.
Oh, speaking of the unknown, here's Cheese. He finally showed up.
He's been living in the walls of Willy Wonka's factory.
Yes, he's finally back. What do you have to tell us, Cheese?
What recipes did you not sabotage, but like learn?
Unfortunately, he's a cat, so he's too stupid to know what he's seen.
He's learned to copyright the unknown. If he tells us, he has to snap his own neck.
That's true. So he's become a cat, so he'll never have to tell.
Dude, that reminds me of something I heard in a video where it was a video. There's this guy. He was like an early internet lolcow guy. His name was Terry A. Davis. Mm-hmm. And he was like an actual schizophrenic man who was also religious. And he thought God wanted him to make his own operating system. And he did. And he was a brilliant programmer. He made his own, like, you know, think of how, you know, the iPhone has iOS. He made Temple OS. He made his own operating system. But most of the time what he would say was just like absolutely mad. But sometimes he would have like these points of clarity where you're like, he, you know, as silly and interesting and weird as this is, he's still like a human who is aware of his predicament.
Yeah.
And there's a story he tells. He had a cockatiel named Grandpa Joe. No, I'm just kidding. But he did have a cockatiel.
It's me.
Yeah, I'm Terry Davis. But no, he's dead now. But anyway, he tells the story of like when he was coding Temple OS. He said like he had his bird out of the cage and it was looking at the screen, and he was like, I started to think like, what does that bird see? Like, you know, he's looking at the screen at this thing he just like can't comprehend.
Yeah.
And he was like, and you know what, you know, kind of like it kind of, there's kind of the implication, maybe he said it, I don't remember, but it's like what's like the equivalent for like a human,
that you see something and you can't comprehend it. Yeah,
it's like because you know the bird's looking at the screen, you know, it can see the code, but it just like it's there. It's not like an intangible concept. It's just its brain's not on that level. It was like an interesting little thought thing, and you know the answer might be like I mean, the answer is not. No, there are things that happen in this world. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's just an interesting thought.
Black holes come pretty close.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that. Black holes are like, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that's some sort of portal. Like,
yeah, like it has to be. It's so crazy.
I mean, whether it's literal or symbolic, I would assume it's a portal to the afterlife.
It's just like the whole spaghettification that happens when you get close to it, but also time infinitely slows down to a point where, like, if you're looking at someone enter a black hole, they will never actually enter it. But, like, what is that experience like as the person that's entering the black hole? It's crazy.
You know, maybe I need to get on a spaceship and find out.
Yeah. Elon Musk!
Yeah, Elon Musk, stop what you're doing and shoot me into a black hole.
Yeah,
I'm sure he won't get flack for killing someone.
I mean, would you be dead though? That's what we're trying to find out.
It sounds like it'd be a fate worse than death, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like literally limbo.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, maybe Catholicism's right about purgatory, but only there are specific circumstances. There are conditions to enter it. You have to go into a black hole.
Yeah, because I mean, I will say I learned recently that, you know, like the interstellar black hole, the way we see black holes now with the ring around it and then the arch ring, it's literally, it's not the arch ring on top is actually the back of the black hole, but since it bends space and time, it looks like it's above it. And I just learned that, and I was like, whoa, that's too much. I'm starting to freak out, man.
That is really weird.
Mm-hmm. So that's why it looks that way, is because it's literally bending your perception of reality.
You want to know something that's like crazy, that's even closer to home?
Yes.
The ocean.
No! I have whatever it's called, thalassophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, when we played Minecraft and I would get in the water in Minecraft, it would freak me out. But yeah, the mystery of the ocean is terrifying, but also interesting.
Yeah, like, as a Christian, I think of the ocean and I think of like the Book of Revelation where there's like giant monsters that come out of the ocean. Yeah. And I'm like, is that really like religious mumbo jumbo?
Yeah,
is it so weird that a giant creature lives at the bottom of the dark, unknowable abyss? Like, we know more about space. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
We can explore more of the depths of space than our own planet. And you're telling me maybe there isn't a dragon down there?
Yeah, or like a Leviathan, or like Cthulhu. Godzilla.
He's not exactly biblical, but yeah, like, I don't know. It's crazy down there. I mean, because if you went down there, I saw the video about the little Logitech controller Titanic machine that collapsed.
Yeah.
I saw the video of how quickly it collapsed. It was crazy. They didn't feel anything. Yeah. I don't know how anything could move that fast.
No, it's crazy to think about the pressure under the water, because there was a stint like a month ago where I was watching a ton of like cave diving videos. Mm-hmm. Of course, like everything went wrong, you know, but I learned so much. It's like with cave diving, you know, with scuba gear and all that kind of stuff, you can go down relatively quickly, and of course there's the different types of oxygen and gas that you have to breathe in so you don't get the bends and die. But going down, the amount of time you stay, like, I don't like 200 feet under the surface and more, the amount of time you stay down there directly relates to how long you have to wait to rise. So if you're like down below like 200 feet for like 10 minutes, you have to decompress for like 2 hours.
I watched the Wendigoon video about the big accident that happened where like 4 people just like died immediately.
Yeah, so it's like if there's any sort of like, obviously, if you go down slowly and you're drinking the water, breathing the correct gas.
If your Badlands chugs, then you don't have a problem
because
there's no
problem
ocean.
At all. But it's also equally interesting because free diving without scuba gear, they just take one big breath and try and swim down as far as possible. Obviously, they can't get deep enough on one breath to have like pressure issues, but they don't have to wait to decompress because they didn't breathe any oxygen on the way down. So they still have the right pressure of the oxygen on the surface so they can come right back up. I was like, yo, this science is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But just like the whole thing about pressure is like, what on earth lives down there? And we know things live down there that can withstand that pressure.
Yeah, that just live in this deep, deep darkness, this perfect eternal darkness that would crush any other living being faster than like the speed of sound. And it's not just one thing down there, it's presumably multiple things.
And it's like, there's not even oxygen down there. Like, there's hardly oxygen that deep in the ocean. And of course, some of these things like live off of like vents in the ocean floor. But it's like no sunlight, extreme pressure, extreme cold, no oxygen. It's like, these are space creatures. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's crazy and makes me scared.
It is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily scare me because, like, I'm never going to encounter it.
Yeah, you're not gonna go see the Titanic in a Xbox controlled submersible.
I mean, I might listen if the YouTube channel takes off and they build another one. Then, me and my very prestigious, elite, rich friends will go check out the Titanic, and I'm sure there won't be any. There's no sort of like bad omen about that.
No, of course not.
No foreshadowing,
No,
but,
and like you would die instantly anyway, so it's whatever.
Yeah, unlike the people on the Titanic, it would be completely painless for me. I would just be in heaven all of a sudden.
Yeah, like the perfect rich man's way to die, right?
Yeah, just like, is that the Titanic? What?
Whoa! Why is it so bright?
Okay, I'm here now. All right. That was fun,
Grandma?
I guess. Hey, there's I didn't expect to see Flibbity and Angus down here.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, R.I.P. to those guys, but
yeah, I don't want to say there are worse ways to die, but there are. There are like slower ways,
like the Titanic.
Yeah, like the people on the Titanic. It is ironic a little bit because, like, well, is it ironic or is it just like
poetic?
Because the people on the Titanic, they were all a bunch of rich people too, and they all died very slow deaths where they froze or drowned or both. But then you had more rich people, like a century later, who just kind of out of existence.
Well, it shows you the technological advances that rich people are still dying at the hands of the ocean. It's just now we're advanced enough to die
They still think
instantly.
they can control nature.
Yeah,
we've just expedited the death process.
Hey, their submersible was called the Titan. Like, come on, you're just asking for something bad to happen.
I still love that they were using a Logitech video game controller.
Like, it makes sense, but like, come on. You're gonna get roasted.
It sounds like they were playing a game they bought from Goodwill for $20.
It would kind of feel like it, honestly, because, like, there's some kind of dissociation from reality that has to happen when you're, like, thousands of feet under the ocean.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's in season 4 of Arrested Development when they get Buster and the military to do drone strikes, but they tell him it's a video game. And then when he finds out it's not a video game, he, like, passes out. He's so horrified of all of the people he's killed.
He's like, I got a high score.
Yeah, he thought it was just like Grand Theft Auto, but with drones.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, even season 4 had some good funny moments. In memory of our dear friend Herb Chayette. That means Herb Chayette's last project before he died was this. I'm not saying that's like a yikes or anything. I'm just it's just an observation.
Just a fact of the credits.
Yeah, just a fact of life. When you see it in loving memory, it means that was the last thing they worked on. Just anyway, what did you think of the movie?
Honestly, great background noise.
It was. Typically animated movies are like too distracting, but that one wasn't.
Perfectly forgettable.
I guess Illumination, it's like it plays it so safe that like it has to be like one of the really good ones to actually get my attention.
Yeah.
But the only reason I could tell you what happened is because it's the Grinch.
Exactly. Pretty cut and dry Grinch moment.
Yeah, he stole Christmas. They had to give him a tragic backstory. Cindy Lou Who didn't want the true meaning to. I would assume she didn't want like the true meaning to be lost by everyone, so she like reminds everybody. And then the Grinch is like, "Whoops, I suck," and so he brought the presents back.
Yeah, they didn't do the heart growing 6 sizes or whatever.
They actually did. You
they
just
did.
Weren't paying attention.
Sorry, we're probably talking about The Unknown when that happened.
Yeah, we were laughing about the copywriting The Unknown.
I was having an existential crisis. No worries.
All right, well, let us know down in the chat what you thought, because I know when y'all listen to this, you're actually watching the movie along with us. So tell us what you thought of Illumination Presents Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. I thought it was a solid like 4 out of 10. Like it's not a horrible movie, but I didn't want to pay attention.
Exactly, I'd put it in that same category.
Yep. Well, go watch my YouTube channel and go read Aspen's book when it comes out at some point.
Yep, who knows?
I don't.
Still working on it.
Good. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.